We will call to order our planning commission meeting for Monday, March 2019. First on the agenda is the introduction of members. We have a new member on our council, so we'll let him start with his introduction and we'll go down from there.
Okay. My name's Sean Ranke. I was elected to the council in November and serving my first term here tonight. So it's, what else you want to know about me?
We'll learn as we go along, I
Yeah,
guess.
there we go.
And I'm Randy Chrisman, and I'm a resident of Paynesville, and second term.
Yeah, yep. Ron Mayer, chairman. And yeah, that's about it.
Renee Eckerly, City Administrator.
Carly Brockner.
And Bill Fuchs.
Brad Mallett, building official.
There we go. Next on our agenda is just to approve the minutes. Our minutes from our December 3rd meeting. It's been a little while since we've had a meeting.
I would make a motion to approve the minutes from the December 3rd, 2018 Planning Commission meeting.
And I second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You caught up?
Yep.
All right, then moving into new business is the election of officers. Currently our officers are myself as chair, Carly as vice chair, and Renee is secretary. Do we have any questions or comments before?
I would make a motion to maintain all positions as stated, since you're doing such a wonderful job.
Sounds good.
I'll stay out of that.
Is that the second one?
So myself as chair, Carly as vice chair, and you as secretary? You didn't get a choice either.
I want to thumb wrestle Carly for vice chair.
With that being said, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Congratulations.
I guess we're stuck here again. So then, also in new business is our meeting schedule. And in the past, the Planning Commission has met the first Monday of each month, October through April, and the first and third Monday of each month, May through September at 6 p.m. Anybody have any changes they'd like to make to that schedule, or does that work for everybody?
Tuesdays would work better for me, but Mondays work if that's what we need to do.
Tuesdays would not work for me.
Okay.
Or me.
Or you?
Nope.
Then I'll just make the motion to set the planning board meetings as they have been, the first Monday of each month from October to April, and the first and third Monday of each month from May to September at 6 p.m.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Not changing that either, I guess.
You gotta keep our audience here as long as we can. We don't get much. Now the main event.
You're caught up?
Yep.
Okay, then in new business is a variance request. The city administrator has received a variance request application from David Zimmer and Gail Cass. A variance application to allow the replacement of an existing garage. David Zimmer and Gail Cass are the owners as joint tenants of property located at 408 Coronis Avenue, Paynesville, Minnesota 56362. And whereas the property at issue is more particularly described as parcel number 70.39249.0000. The existing garage is 19'6" in depth and 12' in width. The existing garage meets setback requirements on the front and the two sides, but does not meet the rear setback where the applicant's property abuts the fire hall of the city of Paynesville. The applicant proposes to build a garage which would be 24 feet wide and 24 feet deep. The proposed garage would again meet the front and side setbacks, but would not meet the rear setback where the garage abuts the Painesville Fire Department property. This would be an enlargement or an expansion of a non-conforming use and therefore requires a variance from the requirements of City Code Chapter 36, Section 36-5, which requires accessory buildings to be set back not less than 4 feet from the rear property. Please review the attached application and report and recommendation of the Planning Commission on application for variance.
And your honors, they were very kind, David was, and as colored pictures, they didn't copy well, but if you want to see the colored ones, it shows much better than the, thank you for doing that. That was very, very nice.
Yeah.
Sounds to me. Good with it. Was
Okay.
that my copy? That was like,
No, that's the original.
that sounds good.
Do you have anything you wish to tell us besides what, I mean, you got it pretty well detailed in here, what you'd like to do, so.
Possible, and, the key is we are on a small lot to start with, we just don't want to forfeit all that land behind the garage unnecessarily, we just want to build on the same northwest corner of the current garage.
All right. And the fire department is your rear neighbor there, and it sounds like they don't have an issue with that at all, the chief?
No, we checked with the fire chief, he was fine with it.
And if I understand it correctly, given the reduction in the O-ring, it'll actually be less closer? That ain't the right word.
Correct.
Yes,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying?
It was 8 inches farther up the property
Perfect.
than it is now.
I have no issues and no questions.
Any concern with water runoff?
Um,
Anybody have any, I don't know.
The one concern that we have with the garage, one of the reasons that we're replacing it is we want to try to get it a few inches higher. Right in that area, the ground is extremely level.
Ah,
It slightly flows north, but just very slightly, so I'd like to get at least the slab inside the garage about 6 inches higher. Stop water from ingressing in the back.
gotcha.
The way the roof sits, though, you won't be shedding water on your neighbor, though it'll be
No,
actually shedding
it's
both sides to your property.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume that'll be built to code for the building inspection.
Dave and I had discussed this already, and because he's gonna be closer than 5 feet to the property line, that wall will need to, butting the property line will be 1 hour fire rated, and he's well aware of what he needs to do.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Any other questions, comments?
You need a motion, or are you doing a worksheet on it?
We got a worksheet to run through on this one.
There it is.
On page 23.
So as usual, we have a couple choices, but I'll read what is I'm assuming is the anticipated answer to our questions and to your answer, to answer agreed, if you agree. Whereas the Planning Commission believes that the owner's use of the property as proposed would be reasonable, agreed?
Agreed.
Whereas the Planning Commission believes that the landowner's problem in complying with the city zoning ordinance is due to circumstances unique to the property and not caused by the landowners. Agreed?
Agreed.
Whereas the Planning Commission finds that the variance, if granted, will not alter the essential character of the locality. Agreed?
Agreed.
Whereas the Planning Commission finds that the variance, if granted, will be in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the zoning ordinance and the comprehensive plan. Agreed?
Agreed.
Now, therefore, the Planning Commission recommends that the request for variance be granted. Agreed?
Agreed.
So now, we return to page 5 and entertain a motion.
I want to, we need a motion?
Yep, we'll need a motion on it.
I want to make the motion to grant the
Application for variance.
application for variance.
I'd second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There you go.
There you go.
So, here,
Now it'll be on to,
Now we'll go on March 11th to the city council to set the public hearing for April 8th, looks like. So,
We suppose we'll be able to show up till April 8th.
the March 11th one, they're just basically setting that date, so you wouldn't really need to come to that one. Just the April 8th one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
thanks. All right, having nothing in old business, we'll go into informational. And you'll find on page 25, our role as planning commissioner training. And Renee can fill us in on what we're supposed to do.
If anybody's interested in attending this, the city will pay for your travel, meals, and registration for you to go. Sometimes in the fall, they try to have them up in Little Falls, so it's a little closer, but as soon as we get notice of any other ones, we'll just keep putting it in your packet. It's quite informative, kind of gives you a grasp of do's and don'ts and what you should do and shouldn't do. I haven't had anybody that's went that didn't find it beneficial, so I think Carly, you went, didn't you?
Yep.
So if you're interested, great, I'll sign you up. Otherwise, if the next time they send them out, I think they're usually in St. Cloud and Little Falls. So.
Did you find it beneficial, Carly?
I did.
Good.
Yeah. It was in Little Falls, so it was nice that it was close.
Yeah. Okay. Any more comments on that? Questions? Then, next in informational, we have our CCLD review newsletter, which I didn't find anything too interesting in this month, but maybe one of you did. I know on page 28, the frequently asked questions about places of public accommodation has been something that's been talked about for the past several years, and good to get clarification on.
Yeah, when I read that, I was thinking about churches as a kind of an example of that.
Yep. There will still be several questions. It doesn't totally clear it up, but.
It's pretty gray.
Any other questions on CCLD? Then we'll move along to our building inspector report, and I'll turn it over to our building official, Mr. Brad Milham.
We've had a few permits come in for the 2019, but it's pretty slow, given the weather. So imagine it's gonna get pretty busy here in the next month.
And Brad, is there anything that anybody watching should know about, like the snow load and ice dams and?
I've noticed ice dams are a real problem this year on houses, that you need to get that snow off the roof or you're gonna have water in your house. So it's very, very important. Snow load, the snow isn't real heavy, but it's always a good idea when you get a foot or two to start scraping what you can.
And how do they take those ice dams down? I mean, we don't have any snow on our roof, but we have the big long icicles.
The best way is just to get the snow off the roof. I don't recommend getting up there and chopping on it, that you're gonna wreck your shingles.
How about snow around the foundation? That was another question I've been asked. Do people need to get the snow around their foundation away to stop any seepage?
That's really a house by house dependent.
Depend on how your grade is.
Yeah, you know, if you've had that trouble before, it wouldn't be a bad idea, but it's hard to, it's a case by case basis.
You know, if anything that slopes back towards your house, that portion against your house is going to be the first part to thaw, if there is any frost there at all. And that's where the water is going to run to. So if you are on a level lot or a lot that slopes, I mean, you should always have a grade of at least 6% away from your house. But if you're on a lot that the majority of your property slopes, or neighboring property slopes towards your house, you should look at getting it further away so that that'll actually freeze a little more solid.
Gotcha.
Any other snow discussions?
And when is the next meeting? Yeah, be a month from now.
Next meeting will be Monday, April 1st at 6 PM.
Anything else?
Anything else? Questions, comments? All right, then we will adjourn our meeting.
Didn't take long at all.
That's
Good to see you.